This is a glimpse into my life. Life with Eric.
Eric's here.
And I'm Kiley.
And I'm Eric.
Okay, I think we know who you are.
Oh.
So, ask and you shall receive.
What?
India, part 2.
Jazz and Navi's Wild Indian Adventures. We're going to continue. This is going to be episode 86, and we're going to continue with a detailed, in-depth Indian conversation with the boys.
I don't know if I'd call it an Indian conversation. Maybe a conversation about India.
Yeah.
Because we're speaking English.
Life. We got a great feedback on episode 80.
I have no idea.
Crap. I'm already blowing it. Episode 80, whatever. Felice Navi Jazz. But we're going to continue on with this interview while Kiley and I are in Key West basking in the sun.
Did you say call it Key West?
Key West.
Have you been drinking?
No. Should we do this intro over? Here we go, folks. You got to put your hand out.
Yep.
When I was younger, my mom was like, "You're in trouble. You're in trouble. You're in trouble." So I run and hide from my dad. Mm-hmm. And when I get home, my dad be all tired from work. He'd go, "Put your hand out." Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I put my hand out, and my dad has these huge concrete hands. Mm-hmm. And he just smacked the tops of my hands so hard, it's like, and then once in a while I move him and he'd miss, and then he'd
be like, yeah.
Oh, then he really smack him after that. But I kind of get that.
This hurts me more than it hurts you.
But my dad grew up in Catholic school where they used to smack him and beat him with rulers and stuff, and so did Kiley's dad. But nowadays they don't do that.
Nope.
No, nowadays, you can,
You can get away with everything.
Everything. I mean,
everything.
You don't have to go to school. I mean,
you do not.
They can legally, I guess, make you go to school.
But it's only after you miss, 180 days.
Yeah.
After
180 days, just give up.
They're like, oh, okay, we're going to pass you still. It's fine.
Yeah, They're like, you're in trouble. We're just going to pass you so we don't have to see you anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Let's hear a word from this sponsor, and I guarantee you he got smacked with rulers in school.
Hey, everybody. This is Joe LaMonica with LaMonica Custom Builders. You want a custom home from a Southern California premier home builder? Call me, Joe LaMonica with LaMonica Custom Builders, 310-465-3347.
Yeah, Joe grew up in Boston.
And Catholic school.
Boston and Catholic school. And the old school Catholic school, they beat you with a ruler all the time. Or
I have a feeling Joe got beat a lot by
Yeah.
many people.
Or if we would miss our school bus, we would go home and get beat up by our grandparents.
What?
They used to beat us with brooms, like the ends of the broom.
Right,
know?
Yeah.
The ends, the handle, but also, because we used to have, I don't know what their brooms are called. But there's the one that have the things on the outside. Rakes, kind of looks like a rake.
Yeah, beat you with a rake.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And they would, my grandma used to chase us.
And you love your grandparents still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I think a lot of misconception is when you get beat as a kid. Obviously, there's a difference between discipline beating and then abuse,
agree.
right?
Yes.
Or abuse, yeah.
But once they do it, when you do something bad and they beat you, you're not gonna grow up I'm scared, you know.
Yeah.
You grow up and you're like,
you're learning consequences.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you understand that every action has a consequence.
Instead of just go to your room, it's none of that. It was you getting whooped.
Yeah, that's crazy. And so, you guys go there, you come back here and go to school, totally different ball game.
Very different.
You didn't do your homework, and they're like, okay.
Totally different.
I don't have to. This is great.
That's crazy. But when you guys made the trip back to India just to reunite, how long had it been since you've been both back there?
15 years.
You left? 15 years. So you were,
I was 9 years old when 9
you
or
left?
10. Yeah, we came back in 2007.
And when you came back here, what language do you speak over there?
Punjabi.
So when you come back here, you don't speak English.
No. Well, I mean, they I think
when I met you barely spoke English.
Really?
But a lot of schools
Jazz had a hard
India,
time reading English. Remember that?
But a lot of teachers in India, they teach you English. Or there's an English class.
Oh, okay.
Because they think English is a superior
also,
language.
why they're smarter than us.
Right.
Yeah, and then when we came
here. They don't teach us Indian.
They teach us nothing.
Or Punjabi. They don't teach us that,
right.
I'll tell you that.
But when we came here, all of us had really thick accents, and, we had a tough time, making friends, I think, in the first year. And then, we made friends. And then our parents were always at work. So us hanging around with them and being at their house. And I think that's why our accents just sort of just flew away.
Right.
Because we were always speaking English.
And your parents now live back over there.
No, so my dad is still here. My mom is there. We recently just built a house.
You guys are so confusing because I thought your dad went back.
Oh, he did.
You came back. Did he
Yep.
come back with you guys?
He
Yeah.
came back with
Yeah.
us.
Oh,
came
he
back
came
with
back
us.
with you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So my
okay.
dad
It's not
came
that
back
confusing.
earlier, which didn't make sense. So my dad went to India in like June, and then he came back in September or August, and then he went back with us again in October, and then he came back with us again on this last month.
Okay.
Last month, yeah. It was.
So it's just been boom, boom, boom. But yeah, it was definitely a culture shock, and it also makes you appreciate a lot of things when you do go to a third world country like that.
Did your
Yeah.
accents come back?
No.
Oh.
Did you know how to speak Punjabi full on, or do you have problems?
Yeah, like I'm pretty good. I can hold a really good conversation in Punjabi. He's probably the best one out of the three of us. But my middle brother is the one that has the hardest time communicating in Punjabi. He can understand everything, but it's just the response. He doesn't know how to respond, and he mixes up some of the terms. And you know,
Did you
it's-
get beat up for that?
yeah,
Actually, I'm like, I'm laughing, but I shouldn't laugh.
Yeah, by you and
I
Navi.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, so when you guys went over there, didn't you go to a wedding? Yeah. Who got married? A family member?
It was actually our cousin. So he got married, and
It was a guy cousin that got married.
it was a guy cousin. Yeah,
Was the marriage arranged?
it was arranged. Yeah, it's always arranged.
I was gonna say, do they still do that? That was a legitimate question I had.
Yeah. Hey, but
What if they arrange it with like an ugly person?
no.
no.
As
That's
the
not how it works.
yeah, as the guy and a girl, you
That's all Eric cares
Yeah.
about.
Well, I mean,
no,
you
no,
can
no,
arrange
no,
it
no,
with
so-
anybody.
So
But
but check this out. So like,
but you
back-
can always say no too. Like you
Yeah.
can say like no, I don't find this girl attractive.
I was gonna say, as the
Oh.
male, you kind of have the power, right?
no, women
now,
too. Women
in today's
too.
society, it's both. But back
Ah.
in the day, like you would say 20, 30 years ago, it was basically the way it was is that your parents will find the groom or the bride for you, right?
Mm-hmm. It's like the parents make the
You-
deals, right?
they-
Mhm.
But thing is, that was the same thing that what all the kingdoms used to do. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like
mm-hmm.
the British kings.
Mm-hmm.
Every
All
time
the
a king,
European, yeah.
Royalties, yeah.
the families would decide
Because
like,
and it was like how they became stronger.
Mhm.
Exactly. Like for example, if I'm a king, right? I go to another king and I go into his kingdom. Like, hey, I have a proposal. I want to build an alliance with you. Let's get our kids married. And
And
kids,
no.
they nine times out of 10, they never had a say,
Mhm.
right? I mean, they could be in love with somebody else, but it's like, okay, cool. We have to end that now.
So in
But-
India, when they have arranged marriage, do they consummate the marriage after? Do they have sex?
No, so sex isn't allowed for 10 years.
Yeah.
10?
And
No,
yeah.
I'm kidding.
bullshit.
Eric.
Oh, no, 10.
No, I'm like, he's looking at me dead serious. I'm like, this can't be right.
So
And scene.
the way it works now is
Nice
that
job.
You're in character. Good job. You got me.
So literally the way it works now is that let's
Yeah, nah.
say if your dad finds you, your dad's like, hey, we found this good guy, he's a doctor, engineer, or whatever the profession the guy has. What they'll do is they'll have their daughter, obviously they'll have her take a look at the guy, right, via pictures.
Ah, okay.
Via pictures, and if
Oh,
she's
so
like,
she gets.
So it starts with
Yeah.
like,
Like, he's
what
not
do you?
bad.
Yeah,
what do you think about him?
yeah,
Like, from a physical perspective,
yeah.
right?
Can you look at him for the rest of your life?
Yeah. Like is so
Is
that's
the guy smiling in the picture, or just, or
No,
There's
or
normally-
multiple
yeah.
pictures.
But
I
here.
mean,
no,
is he
the-
smiling or have a serious face?
Oh,
The
like
initial
teeth?
picture is
Yeah.
no smiling. Yeah.
Ah.
it's
right.
just-
See,
it's-
I was
something
onto
simple.
something.
It doesn't have to be so
Yeah.
like.
I was
cancer.
onto something.
It just has
Is
to
it
be
like a headshot or yeah? Come on.
Yeah, kind of like
generally a headshot.
Like a
Ah,
glamour,
okay.
glamour shot.
not like a passport photo.
Right,
yeah, definitely not
A
a passport
passport
photo.
photo.
Yeah.
You can't smile in passport photo.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
So then after that, right? Once so let's say they're like
That's step one. Yeah.
step one. Then what they do is they'll arrange a meeting, like they'll invite the families over. They'll
Let's have a tea.
tea,
Yeah.
chit chat, have
They
some
should have a
snacks,
cocktail,
lunch,
because
or dinner, or whatever,
a
right?
shot of Fireball or something.
Oh, with the
Mhm.
that's like no way.
I was
Is,
gonna say,
do,
don't
do
think
people
that
drink in
that's-
India?
Alcoholics,
guys
Yeah, I was
are,
gonna say
yeah.
not really.
Stuff.
But when girls drink in India, it's actually looked down upon too.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'd not do well.
Yeah.
Very
You're not even. We
conservative.
wouldn't even be allowed in India, Kylie.
Yeah,
Probably
Kylie would
not.
not even make it to the airport.
No,
Right.
You
they'll
would make
like-
it out of customs.
I know.
You'll probably have a quarter of India follow you around. White person, white
Oh,
person.
okay.
Yeah, they get so
Drunk white
excited.
person.
Well, that,
White
that reminds me, when you guys showed up to India 15 years later, the people act like you're celebrities. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
like,
But it was like
yeah.
You're like,
everywhere
but I
we would
am,
go.
so it's fine.
I mean, but you are kind of, yeah. Anyway.
But it was like everywhere we would go, like I think people, even if we were just dressing like how everyone dresses in India, people just sense it. It's an energy thing, and people
I could
automatically
see because
know
you
that
kind of have a little bit of a different.
a built
Probably
yeah,
attitude.
Look, too.
yeah,
Whole
attitude,
different
physique,
look.
your aura, your energy, and they immediately know, and then, and then they ask you like, can you give me some money? Can you give me a
yes.
tip? We ate at this restaurant soon as about an hour away from the airport. And we got done eating, and they were catering to us. It was the best service we've
They were
had.
like, please tip
right.
us.
And you guys
Yeah,
are
literally.
good-looking guys.
Yeah,
and,
that
and,
too.
And, I mean, historically in
Very
India,
true.
historically in India,
That's what it is.
and my
That's what
mom
it
always
is.
says this: the
She
girls are
does.
better looking than like the guys.
That's racist.
Well, I don't know if that's
Okay.
racist.
Have you met his mom? Just
Yeah,
joking.
you met my
guy.
mother.
Looking down
Yeah.
on the race.
But I mean,
No, it's
is that true? I don't know.
I think it depends on what kind of area you're in India.
Ah,
So like like big cities like Delhi or Chandigarh or Kashmir, like there's beautiful people everywhere. But when you go to more where we're from, where it's like the outskirts, like the village, it gets hard.
It's rough. People are rougher because they work.
Yeah.
They work in the.
They
fields
work under
or
the
whatever.
sun all
In the
day,
sun
and then,
all day,
and
yeah.
they're dark
you
and
don't have any
Mhm.
retinol.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. When my mom and dad went to India to see my brother lives in India. You
Mhm.
met Matt last time you were here, Rishikesh. Last time he was here, my mom and dad went down to visit him, and what they noticed about the school kids in India, how everybody was a little more loving, holding hands, hugging each other. Is that any bit true
Uh,
or no?
um,
They just, I mean, they were down south. It's different probably, but
yeah, it's probably different, but yeah, we never did none of that.
no, you hold hands, you get beat up.
No.
No.
No,
Nothing
no,
like
no,
that.
no, not nothing like that.
So I don't
I'm
start
talking about-
shit here, Eric. yeah. Start
but-
rumors here. False news.
He's an instigator.
He is an
Eric
instigator.
the instigator.
No, but I don't think nobody really liked each other that much, right? We're that friends where we're gonna do
Yeah, yeah,
this. I
okay.
think it's probably
Alright.
just like whatever.
Yeah.
Even like here where some some girls, for example, are like, it's my best friend, so they're like all upon each other, like holding hands.
Yes.
Would
Like,
you
that's
guys?
probably what it is
Would
in
you
India.
guys be okay with getting an arranged marriage?
Ooh. That's a good question.
Like your parents found the girl and they bring your picture to them. Would you be okay with that?
You're more Americanized, though. So
I'm just asking them.
No,
as
I
they
know.
are.
That's a good question.
As they are now.
Me personally, this is me speaking for myself. I would not mind a conservative wife at all, just because I'm a very conservative man. Like when it comes to like when I'm ready to settle down and have a wife, I want a very
like
traditional wife.
Yeah.
That's that for her cooking, cleaning, folding my laundry, making sure that I'm fed, making sure my kids are fed. That's not an issue. Now, obviously, right, if she wants to work, I would encourage her to work because nowadays, staying home all day sort of gets crazy. Like I've been there, like let's say when you take a 2-week staycation and you don't really go anywhere, it sort of gets frustrating just being in one spot cooped up. So I would definitely encourage my wife. At the same time, I'm like, hey, you have, this is what I require as a husband.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that, you're going to keep your wife as a slave. Like, why aren't the dishes done? No. I'm saying have that loving.
Why isn't
ha-
the dishes done?
Yeah. But the whole point
I got
is
dishes
I
for
would
you
not
to
mind
do.
it.
No, but I'm currently in a relationship right now, so
So you're just can't
Yeah.
even. Yeah.
yeah. So we'll see.
Did someone arrange it for you?
No.
No, you picked your
Someone
picture.
arranged
You
the
picked her
relationship.
yourself.
Huh?
You picked her yourself.
I
Yeah.
did. We
Now-
met, and the
It's
stars
been
aligned.
magical ever
Okay.
since.
Now, if you hypothetically, I know she's just your girlfriend. If you
Oh boy.
if you guys were to get married, would you have one of those week-long Indian weddings? Because
Oh.
Of course,
a
yeah.
wedding,
Of
in,
course,
a wedding
man.
in India is like a week long.
Indian weddings
I
are
told
the best.
I told her too. I was
Would
like,
you get
yeah.
married in India?
I told her, I was like, if we were to get married, like it would be in India
Yeah.
first.
Well,
Can we-
that's like
Would you invite us?
Huh?
Would you
Of
invite
course.
me and Kylie?
Like,
But you guys, you
Oh,
guys
Kylie
would
can't
come,
go.
right?
Come
I
though?
forgot. Kylie can't
I
go.
can't go.
She
She
drinks,
can
she drinks too
drink
much.
in the other
Huh?
room. She can.
No,
drinks too
no,
much.
they wouldn't mind it. They wouldn't mind because you know what? Even though like foreigner women drink, Indians they understand that hey, it's also a culture thing.
It's
So
true. Yeah.
They also
they
treat like
understand, yeah.
Americans like celebrities too.
So they
Oh,
know
okay.
that it's
I like
so,
that.
Yeah.
Eric's all ooh. Oh.
My brother, is kind of, you've seen him. He's blonde and he's down there. When he walks the streets of India, all the little kids come around him and they yell, Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola.
Why?
Because they
associate America
they associate
with
the white
Coca-Cola.
blonde hair with Coca-Cola, like a Coke, Coca-Cola.
Oh, like cocaine.
Well, no,
Oh, maybe.
Coca-Cola.
They're all,
Is there drugs in India? There is. Huh?
There is a lot of drug, and sadly, a lot of our
What
childhood
kinda-
friends are like heroin.
oh shit.
Like
Whoa.
Yeah, heroin.
Heavy.
they don't do
is the
like
big-
soft drugs. They don't like smoke weed. They go straight to the needles.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of our
Wow.
childhood friends like
Die.
literally die.
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh.
Just because. And I think there's
Is it
there's so
you-
much
you-
poverty.
Did you
there.
grow up in a real poor area?
Yep.
Obviously, yeah.
And there's so much poverty where, and when you have like here when you get a job, you can support yourself. You can get an apartment. There, you can work a full shift all day and still not be able to have enough money to eat for that day.
Oh my goodness.
Because everything
Wow.
is so expensive.
Yeah.
And then in order for them to do extra work and hard labor, they start doing some drugs, and it helps them.
Yeah,
It gives
I
them
can
energy.
stay
and
awake
then
for
they
20
become-
hours. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they get hooked, and they're so young, and everyone's doing it, and then they end up dying.
No one thinks of
Jeez.
that.
Yeah.
No one thinks
Nope.
of that. Do you guys feel you're blessed that you got to grow up here?
We're very, very grateful for our parents for like coming out to America and giving us the bougie life that we that we have. Yeah.
Yeah, because when we were out there, man, I missed internet.
Oh.
Your average household in the village area, no one has internet. It's very rare. Like
No one has Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Yeah, because every month that's an additional expense that if let's say if there's a family of 4 and out of the 4 there's only one person that's working or 2 people that are working.
Yeah.
That's not gonna cover your bougie lifestyle. Like when I say
That's
like
your-
you know
yeah.
what I mean.
And it's
You
expensive.
want to make sure that you guys are
You
eating
can put food on the table. You can.
food on
yeah.
the table, paying
Wi-Fi
your
is like the
electricity,
least of your worries.
least of your worries. And it was crazy because I would wake up every day. I'm like, dude, I miss my bed. I miss my own TV. I miss my
The
internet.
things we take for granted.
The things we take for
It
granted.
just is,
it,
yeah.
it was literally a huge. I'm talking about a huge reality check. I'm like, man, we are blessed that we are in the United States. You can work 1 job, 2 jobs, even 3 jobs if you really wanted to, and you can be successful.
Yeah.
But out over there, I
You
mean,
can-
1 job is like 12 to 14 hour shift.
Jeez. And
Yeah.
you're
You-
still
14 hours, and
labor.
you 14 hours,
Yeah.
and you can't maybe afford enough food.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barely.
Yeah.
Wow.
And plus, like you're not just trying to feed yourself. You're trying to feed everyone in the family.
Right.
Everybody.
Yeah.
So like,
Everyone, and then in India, like everyone lives with everyone. So
Yeah.
it's not just like, oh, there's the husband, wife, and kids, and that's
It's
it.
like
No, you got the
grandparents,
grandparents, you got
siblings, yeah.
uncles,
Yeah.
you got
When you
uncles'
went over
kids,
there and people saw you coming over there, we're like, "Wow, you're so rich." And
Yeah, so
and
everyone.
did you feel
yeah.
weird at first, like or uncomfortable at all?
No, because I put myself in their shoes because our dollar amount is so much higher than their than the rupees. Like $1 here is like 83 rupees. So in a sense, like we did have a lot of money when we went to India, and we bought our uncle and 2 uncles, and then 2 of our cousins
Yeah.
like fitted suits, handmade suits. So we
Wow.
spent over
Yeah.
$100,000 just on rupees in
Yeah.
suits.
Right.
Yeah, just in suits.
And
But-
to them, that's probably, or like when we took our uncle to this restaurant where you dine in and, you order appetizers and dessert. That was the first time in his entire life
He'd been to a restaurant.
he had
like
ever
that?
been to
Wow.
a restaurant.
That's something else.
Yeah, and that, just
That's
thinking
pretty
about
cool
that,
to
like
hear.
there was us 3 and then my uncle, just us 3, the bill came out to $6,000.
And what's that in American money?
In America, that's probably like $30-$40.
$40.
wow.
Yeah.
But
And which
to it-
we,
but-
that's what we
but
take
I was
for granted.
But
yeah.
I was looking at it from like being an
That's
it
fine
being-
dining.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine dining.
That's-
yeah. And then to them,
It
that's
was
like
a fine dining experience.
yeah, that's like for us, like going to a 5-star,
Yeah.
a restaurant and spending like
$1,000.
$5,000.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
that's like us spending $5,000 on a meal. That's a lot,
Right.
and to them, that's why they never go. They always eat at like
it's yeah.
corner stores, like street food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Street food, yeah.
Yeah. How it when you ate the street? Did you guys eat the street food there?
At first,
Yeah.
that we
Or-
weren't allowed to, but then my uncle slowly started being like, "Okay, we're only gonna eat like a little bit here."
Was
our
it because you
stomachs-
get the shits?
Yeah,
Ah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And we did,
Sensitive
yeah.
stomachs.
We
Yeah.
did, yeah. And
What
Yeah,
about
we did.
water? Did you have
We had filtered water.
You had filtered
And
water.
then our uncles,
Filtered bottle too.
our uncle never let us drink like tap water, or like my mom or my dad. So we had a filter in our house, filter water. And then also when we used to go anywhere, no matter wherever, we would always get water bottles.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because
Did you-
water is important.
Right. Now, I got a strange question for you.
Mhm.
You've had
Now,
a lot of strange
and
questions.
And I've, like, What kind of toilets they have over there?
Okay.
Oh, so we actually had an English toilet.
Is it like
They
a
call
hole in
it-
the ground?
No, we a lot of the
Central
people,
plumbing.
yeah, a lot of the people that can't afford, they call them English seats. What we have
Oh,
here.
okay.
So we had my grandparents and my uncles. They all have English seats, but other places they have the hole in the ground. But that's actually more healthier because in that
can see that.
position,
You're not touching
being
anything.
and plus being in that position is actually healthy and it cleanses you.
You squat down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you squat down. Yeah,
And that's
then-
actually the proper way of.
It is.
of
That's
to
why they
take
made
a
that
shit.
squatty potty.
Yeah.
squatty
That's-
potty. I like that.
Because did you
Squatty
guys
potty.
did you guys ever
it's a
see
thing.
about, yeah, because they have those even like
Yeah,
on
I'm like, I
here,
have one
like-
actually.
Yeah, like you put
Yeah.
your feet up on a little
Yeah.
stool, so
Yep,
it puts you
it's
in
a
that
squatty
position,
potty.
and you're not constipated. But when like
Now,
them,
they don't have toilet paper, right?
no, so
No,
You
no,
just
there
douche
is-
your butt with
no,
water?
they have toilet
There is
paper,
toilet
but it's for
paper,
like,
yeah.
but people don't really like using toilet paper because it doesn't really clean you.
They actually like
Which
to
it
clean
doesn't,
their
yeah.
ass with
You're
water.
Yeah, you're
Ah,
basically
okay.
because you're
Not
basically
like
just
us
rubbing
dirty
it off and you're
Americans.
And you
smearing
gotta
it
use your
everywhere.
left
It's a valid
hand,
point.
right?
Stinky ass.
No, I think it's just whatever hand.
It's not true that you can't in
You
India
wipe
you
with
don't
the
shake
left
with
and
your
you
left
eat with
hand.
your right.
It's
I think anywhere you don't never shake with your left hand.
No, you only shake with your left hand if you're left-handed, right?
no,
I
in
thought it was
America,
ass
that's
wiping.
what
No,
we
no,
do.
no. I think the proper way for even if you're left or right-handed, it's always shaking with the right hand. I think that's
Right.
just
Okay.
just like that rule.
But for a left-handed person, it'd be weird. That's not their dominant hand.
I don't know. I thought it was a wiping thing in India. I just had heard this.
Uh-uh.
I thought for my brother or whatever.
it could be in
Oh.
a different parts, like
Oh,
Well,
it
they
could
have
be
like
like
a-
different. Yeah.
When you do the squat thing, they have a bowl of water next to you.
No, it's basically like
Or-
like laundry detergent bottle. So they just fill that up with water. They cut off the top.
Oh,
You
and
just
then it's
like
yeah,
oh, wow.
and then you get it, and then you
douche
just,
it out.
You
They have those here, right? The
You can
little
have like
the
The
little
bidets,
sprays?
yeah, a little bidet.
bidet. Yeah, it's like
Oh.
a
yeah,
bidet.
you
Yeah.
can have a jug
Oh,
of
that's
water. too.
nice.
Mhm.
That's
Jug of
nice.
water.
Do you want me
you
to
know,
start
you
putting like a
clean
squirt
yourself.
bottle next to
Yeah.
the toilet for you?
Yeah, I do
Jazz
that.
actually loved the bidet. He said it feels real nice.
They make
Yeah.
ones now that'll like spray you and then dry you.
Why don't you
Oh.
just
Like
hey,
with
oh
air,
my
like an air, like a
God.
puff of air.
Why
That's
not?
just, I can't even.
They also have
imagine
heated
experiencing
toilets.
that.
I remember I saw this thing that
Oh.
DJ Khaled posted. Drake, the rapper, he gifted him some toilets that are heated and ventilated, and they have a Bluetooth speaker in them.
We went to a bar that had a
Wow.
heated
we went
toilet.
to a bar that had a heated toilet.
I feel like that's kind of nasty, though. Like it's.
Well, then you're
heated
like,
and
why
then-
is it warm?
Not nasty.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not nasty.
Is it
It's
from the
cold.
person in front of me?
Exactly. Like, how long would this sitting on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
It's a
think
big fat ass is sitting on there for an
Yeah.
hour.
Right.
You know, you go
Well,
in
no,
there
that's
next.
like when
wow,
we
this is heated.
we went.
This is heated. No, that guy just been sitting here for an hour.
When Chris like
That
sent
is
us all a
unheated.
group text, and then Mel went in there and she was like, "Why is it still warm?"
Right. Yeah.
Because she didn't know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that would gross me out.
Right.
I'm a germaphobe when it comes to that. Or even like now when I flush, I have to flush with the toilet seat down.
As you should, actually.
Oh.
Because I saw this one day, he did it. This
Like
dude
sprays
did an,
up.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
dude
it
did an
sprays up.
experiment. He was holding this thing, and it's for like it's for stuff doing like, and he sprayed it, and he was standing about 6 feet away, and he was still getting on there.
It was like, yeah, like
And
comes
he's like,
out.
guys, this gets on you. So, and then
Ah.
he did it with the toilet seat down, toilet
And it-
lid down, and then nothing was
Right.
anywhere.
You
because
are
it's all
supposed to
through there.
flush with it down.
Crazy. I wonder if this guy has heated toilet seats.
Oh. This segment of Life with Eric is brought to you by
G&E Painting and Drywall, servicing Reno, Tahoe, and Truckee areas for over 25 years.
Call G&E today for all of your painting and drywall needs at 775-833-0551.
So with your trip to India, and you went there for about a month, right? And you came back to America. What did you take from that? And I know you got a tattoo, Jazz.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did?
Yeah, I actually,
You didn't tell me
Navi
this.
knew that. I didn't tell you this, but Jazz got a tattoo
Mhm.
to represent that trip or your heritage.
So it's heritage, and yeah. So going back there, I think it was a real because I had remember seeing this quote in this. It was a motivational video, and it was from Dragon Ball Z actually, and he was
Dragon Balls.
and he was saying that to his son, and he was saying that take pride in your heritage. Never be ashamed of who you are, or where your people come from, where we came from. And then being in India, because being here, when you hear all this stuff in India, you're like, yeah, it's sad, whatever. But going there,
But
you
then
see
to
the
witness
poverty.
it.
You got kids running up to you. You can't even go from this store to that store without 5-6 people running up to you, asking you for money. So then when we came here, it also got me thinking, like, sometimes we see, like, Indian people here, like, or some people our age, and we try to speak to them in Punjabi, and then they know exactly what we're talking about, but they'll respond in English because they feel like it's more superior. And we know they speak and hear, and they can understand it because we've seen them talk to their parents and that in
Right.
Punjabi. And then that kind of makes me feel like you're ashamed of your heritage or you're ashamed of who you are. And I remember I used to actually be like that back in high school in freshman year. I was ashamed because I was like, oh, people are going to think I'm weird or like, I'm going to get made fun of.
Yeah.
So I used to lie and be like, oh, I'm mixed with, and then my theater teacher, he was always like, yeah, but like, what are you?
Yeah.
Like what ethnicity? And I was like, oh, I'm like this, that. And then eventually, like, he told me, he's like, hey, like, you need to be proud of, don't be embarrassed.
Yeah.
So I think that quote, and then plus hearing it, and it just meant a lot. So, yeah, I have it right on top of my left upper pec right here.
No, it's a nice thing, especially I think probably that trip when you went over there made you really respect your heritage and be proud of who you are.
And it also makes you think about how spoiled America is, because we complain about random stuff. Why is this food
so
cold?
spoiled.
Well, food is supposed to be ready. I don't want to eat McDonald's. I've had that 5 times a week. I don't want to eat this. Like I've had it 2-3 times. There in India, they just
the line in Chick-fil-A. There's 100 people in the line at Chick-fil-A.
Exactly. In India, they'd be happy with just
with
filtered water.
Yeah, and they would wait in line for 200 people and be happy about it.
If they're getting free food, of course, yeah. But when we went to the Golden Temple, man, it was a lot of people that were even in the lines there. It's hectic, because we're there to, we're all there to, like, be there and pray and then, be in unison with everyone.
What's the Golden Temple? Is it like the church?
Yeah. So it's a golden temple, and it is made out of actual gold. But people in lines were just, it was a facade. When we went there, people are arguing with one another. They're cursing. They're pushing one another. Like, that makes me wonder, like, even, like, at the house of God, per se, like, people are just still, like, pieces of shit, because they're, like, there's literally, like, kids hyperventilating, people stepping over one another because they're like, I need to get in front of you, instead of being in unison and being in peaceful mindset.
You're there for,
And we're here for one another. Instead, they're there as a selfishness,
as
for
their own
themselves.
selfish reasons.
Yeah, so I had a
does that have to do with the fact that there's a billion people in your country?
It doesn't
I don't
matter.
think so.
It doesn't matter if there's, it doesn't matter. Like, you could have, a billion trillion people, but if we're all there in unison, you can all make it, and it delays the whole process. And I was very disappointed in the people of India there.
I was going to say, I could simulate to me probably like the Vatican's probably like that. People go want to see it, but if you're in their way, they're not there for the piece of it. They're there to see it. And if you're in their way, they're going to be pissed.
Selfishness. It's literally selfishness.
Yeah, the whole even for me, the whole experience was it was super uncomfortable, because you would think that, out of respect for a holy place and, how much power and status that place holds, that the people to be humble. But it comes to show that, humility, it doesn't matter what place you are. Humility comes from within. And if, when every people over in there, they were like animals, like literally, like, what Jazz said, people were pushing one against each other. Old people were falling down. And I'm like,
there's a lot of robberies that happen in the lines.
Oh my goodness!
Because people are literally like this, like right next to each other, like
and just like
so, like and so like
slide my hand in your pocket.
That's what they
no,
do.
seriously.
Because people put cash on the, because they
you
carry
give
cash, and they get, and as an offering they give cash.
Yeah.
And then there's people, and then they have it in their
out.
back pocket.
Or
They just
like,
take it out. There was a couple dudes behind us that kept getting too close, and I was
like,
it
you're,
was like.
you're
Like, there was a couple times I kind of felt something around, but then I was like
feeling around,
You go to church there on Sunday?
Huh? In India?
Yeah, or whatever day.
My dad went.
Is it a certain day?
No, my dad used to go every single day.
Oh,
Yeah, every day.
Every day. Every morning.
I mean,
he
Matt
used to-
goes like every day, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna call me and correct me because he's gonna be listening to this.
He's like, that's not when
yeah.
I go.
Yeah, my dad goes every morning for about 15, 20 minutes. He goes,
okay,
prays,
just a little.
gives an offering, and then comes back,
Yeah. Does anybody have pets in India, like dogs and stuff?
Oh, my God. It's so sad in India. Like,
Okay,
you
no.
see stray dogs
Oh.
everywhere.
a lot
And
of
you can
strays.
see literally their ribs.
Oh.
Like, ribs. People are
They have like
beating the
yellow
dogs.
eyes and stuff.
Yeah, because even
That's
when it's
sad.
cold, like
That's sad.
there's so many stray dogs, and people have no humility there either. They're just treating the dogs like crap. They're hitting them with sticks,
Oh,
like,
God.
or like I remember I saw this one kid. He was a homeless kid, and he went into this restaurant, and I just saw this older dude just grab him by the neck and just started smacking him on the face and just threw him out. And no cops don't do shit. Like, there's no rules, no regulations. You can
Like, we're not worried about that.
you can literally kill someone and walk away, and people are gonna look
Oh.
the other way. in a sense, not saying like that's what happens,
Yeah.
but they can literally do that and then drive the other way and no one's going to say nothing. They're going to be like, oh, that's their problem.
Yeah.
The cops are there, people are just honking and people are on their phones. Like, the cops could care less. Like, they're over there smoking a cigarette. They,
Okay.
they don't care. Literally, India is super. I think what India really needs is
A lot of corruption.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what do you like?
Everybody can be bought in India. Everybody.
Okay.
I think that's
Do
the
you
biggest
think that's
problem.
more North India or South India or everywhere?
India in general.
Yeah.
Just because India never had taste of real power, and I'm saying that the reason why I'm saying that because when the British came and they took over, they sort of took all those amenities away from India. So India never really got to experience its own freedom and wealth and all that. So now it's like it's like giving a starving kid food. He's not gonna know how much to eat.
Yeah.
He's
Wait
gonna
till
try
he
to eat
throws
as
up.
much.
Yeah.
Exactly, because he's never had that much food.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean.
No. Yeah.
He could have a full plate in front of him, but if there's other people offering him food, he'll be like,
Just
"Ooh,
yes.
keep
I
it
don't.
coming."
This might be the yeah.
That's
Kind of
Last
like
I get.
Jazz eating my chicken, cheese, rice, and peas.
Yeah, I kept going for thirds and fourths.
Yeah, I couldn't even get up there.
Wow.
Even when Eric brings food to class, he's all like, Jazz, you want this? I know you're always hungry.
Yeah. We did a scene with like SpaghettiOs or
yes.
raviolis just out of a can. Like, oh, hey, Jazz, you want these? Yeah,
Well,
I'll
yeah,
take
I
them.
do.
I want them.
Yeah, give them to me. But yeah, man, being in India, it was you see the corruption, you see the poverty, you experience it firsthand, because when you hear about it, it's a different thing, but when you experience it, it's a whole different thing.
Definitely.
And then you come back, and it actually motivated me to be more, just give thanks and be grateful and strive to be better.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I think you'll
because
need probably that in life.
just think about the pressures here in the United States that we put on ourselves. How
and
minuscule
we put on ourselves.
they are when you actually everybody can prosper.
Yep.
It's up to you how much you want to prosper.
Yeah, people here can
Night and day
succeed
difference.
like
Night and day
whenever they want
difference.
to, if they just have the will. People in India, they can try their hardest for their entire life. If they're not in the right setting, they could never succeed.
Yeah. Boy.
Especially born in a village like that, it's very, very difficult for people to succeed. Unless
How do you suppose your parents got out of the village?
my dad basically came the most, like cliche way, from boats to country hopping, and then he came
just think
here.
how ambitious you have to be.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
came
Like,
by,
and how
literally
scary
by
that is.
himself. Literally
Yeah.
by himself, and then he made friends, in Lebanon and Greece, and he made some friends there. But yeah, it takes a very strong-willed person, man
Yes, it
or
does.
woman,
Yeah.
to
There's a chance of
do that.
dying doing that.
Of course,
A
and then
huge chance of dying.
yeah, especially when like my dad's like my grandparents, my dad's parents were telling him too, like, because my dad never went to school. He went, I think, for like first or second grade, then he dropped out.
Wow.
Then they put him in the fields because poverty. And then he told him, he's like, hey, I want to go out, I want to make something of myself. And they were like, you're illiterate, like you're never gonna make it, like you don't need to go, just be here. Then he's all like, just watch me. And then one day he just, he met the right people. He took off, and then he never looked back. And then they kept calling him from every time he would call home from like a payphone. They would just be like, just come back, like just come back. And then he said,
He's on a mission, man.
yeah. Then he told him, he's like, I'm not gonna call you guys again until I'm in America. If I don't call you guys, just assume that I'm dead. But
Oh man.
Right.
but I'll call you. And then a year or two later, he called him, and he was in New York.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
It took him
crazy.
that long to get there. Get here.
It took
Yeah.
him, because he was in Lebanon. He worked in Lebanon. He worked in Greece.
So you kind of got to work your way. Yeah. To get the next
and
ticket.
then then you meet like-minded people where they're also trying to get to America, and then you start working on ships, and ships is probably the best way for them. That's what my dad did. He worked on a ship, and it docked at Miami, and from there, they give you like a little card. They're like, hey, here's a week pass to go explore, and then in a week come back on the boat, and then we
Oh.
gotta go. They know that rarely people are gonna come back. Then everyone just left. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Imagine
That
that, literally.
is.
Yeah, like imagine that being that strong-willed to make.
That's very strong. We're going from the
Yeah.
fields all the way to New York
Yeah.
City.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Crazy.
Life with Eric podcast is brought to you by Petrilla Concrete Construction and doTERRA Essential Oils. You can get those from Aislinn Mueller, and her handle at Instagram is @ThisEssentialLife. And this podcast is also sponsored by Eric's Concrete Pavers, Rockhouse Masonry, and Tahoe Pervious Pavements. When it rains, it drains. And Jazz, you got a Instagram handle?
Yes, I do. My Instagram handle is Jazz Baduwalia, JAZZBADUWALIA. And same thing on TikTok, too.
You're not going to
And
put
Navi,
about Navi?
I
Yeah,
am right
was
now.
gonna
Yeah,
say.
and Navi, you got some handles and TikToks and all that.
Yes, I do. My Instagram handle is gonna be Mr. Navi Baduwalia, Mr. MRNAVI BADUWALIA. TikTok, my TikTok needs a lot of work, so
So
I'm
does
not
ours.
gonna-
Well,
yeah,
actually,
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
have, I have
bother
no
saying
idea. It
anything.
probably doesn't. I just have
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah.
But we're gonna put Jazz's TikTok on our social
Yeah.
media too. We'll put Navi's Instagram and stuff like that. We got to get a picture before you guys take off too. Of all
We
of us
probably
here.
will
Of
forget.
course.
Yeah, we won't forget because I just
No.
that's why I just
Well,
mentioned
it's
this. Yeah,
us.
Mm-hmm.
but anyway, Kiki,
Yes, darling.
it's about that time. Last call. That was a good podcast today, guys. Who are we cheersing today,
Well,
babe?
this is obvious.
Gianna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, duh. She's all, yeah?
She's like,
Me?
yes. I wonder if everybody can hear her in the background.
Possibly.
Podcast Dan, our producer, is
We'll
gonna
be
go.
like, do you want
He's
me
gonna
to
go
cut this
crazy.
little voice?
Yeah, you want
or-
to keep the voice in there or drown that voice out? We'll say, nah, we'll keep her in.
Could be fun. I don't know.
Yeah. So I guess we're cheersing our guests today.
Yes.
Navi and
Cheers.
Jazz.
Yes.
And we learned a lot
Yeah.
and a little bit about India.
A lot and a little.
A lot.
We would
and
love
a
to
little.
compare notes with Matt when he's back.
Yeah.
I know.
So talk about his South Indian experience compared to our North
North.
Indian.
Right.
Yeah.
He was in North India for a while. When he went back, he was opening. There was a hospital that he was opening, and Amma, that's who he lives with down there, was opening the biggest hospital in North India.
Wow.
It's a real high tech place, and he had to go there, and they had to get it cleaned up because the Prime Minister of India was coming there to, cut the ribbon, so to speak, of the hospital. And he was there. He was there for a good month or
Month, I think, yeah.
He was a month in North India. Yeah.
Did he like it? Was
And
it
what's the
different?
big city in North India?
It's
Dolly?
Delhi.
Yeah.
Delhi.
That's where he was.
That's where the hospital was. That's where he was for about a month and a half. And when they go there, they make the food for everybody, right? So the pots where they make the rice, you can actually climb in them.
That's
that
how.
big.
Yeah, that's how
Wow.
big they are.
It's
yeah.
giant. Yeah,
I've seen some
giant.
videos.
Don't
on
they like
those, yeah.
climb in there
Yeah.
to like clean them?
Yeah, they climb in there
Yeah.
to clean them with big brushes,
And then their spatula is huge.
Does
They gotta-
Matt
Yeah.
make the rice?
Yeah, he makes.
I'm
rice.
making
I mean,
him cook next time he comes.
I mean,
to
I don't know if
the-
he actually makes the rice, but he used
He's
to. or
making
whatever.
us dinner.
Yeah, and then and my cousin Davey, he was in high school. He got a job at Taco Bell, right?
Oh, okay.
And he lasted one
Where's
day.
this going? Oh, okay.
And you know why he lasted one day? He says, yeah, they made me clean out this giant pot of beans, and I had to clean it. The pot was like this big.
Uh-huh.
I go, what are you bitching
not that
about?
bad.
India, they climb in the pot. You
Not even that
You had to
bad.
climb. If you had I mean, I can imagine if you had to climb in the pot of beans at Taco Bell and clean that out. Maybe you're gonna quit after one
That's
day.
understandable. Yeah.
But even one
All I can
one
picture is-
friggin' day.
Is you cleaning a pot of beans and like how many bites of beans would you take while you're cleaning?
Yeah,
like,
I
emptying
bite the
it?
beans, shit my pants. Bite the beans, shit my pants.
Is this beans or your shit, Eric?
Right.
At this point, I don't even know.
Right. It's a
Free
Mute
burritos,
point.
folks, boys.
boy. How I have a question because he called you this at the beginning and now the end.
What?
When was the last time you guys were called boys?
Boys?
Yeah.
Boys. Did I call them boys at the
Yes,
beginning
yes,
too?
you did.
To me, they're boys.
I
How old-
know.
How old are you, Navi? I don't even know.
I'm 27.
Oh, okay.
Actually, like,
Yeah,
I
you're a
would
boy.
say like most young guys, they call each other either
Boy,
bros
yeah.
or boys. Like,
I know, but Eric's
Yeah.
not a young guy
Huh?
calling
That's
you
my
a boy.
That's my
Whoa,
boy.
what
He's
if-
not calling you boy like my boy. He's calling you like my child.
No, I'm not. It makes me feel young.
Oh, okay.
yeah. When Eric's
exactly.
with us, he's one of the
No,
boys.
that's
one
not
of the
what's
boys.
happening.
Even
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
Eric's even just like, yeah, I'll hit you up.
You're gonna take him
I
out one
only
night,
do
please.
that to you.
Yeah, Eric's all like, all right,
I-
hit
I
you
said
up.
when I-
Please take
when
him
I
out
text
to a
him-
bar one night.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I text him
And-
back, I said, "Yeah, I'll hit you up later."
Okey dokes.
And that's the only person I say
Yeah,
that to
and
because I
then
figure
Eric-
I'm talking his lingo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Eric is also always just like, yeah, that's dope.
There you
Bullshit!
go.
I do not do that.
Yeah, I'm Shane.
Yeah, I might.
Oh
when
my
I-
gosh.
Well, when I start working out with you guys, I might.
Oh, boy.
Exactly.
Where do you guys work out?
Actually, right now,
At someone's gym, home gym, or something?
yep, home gym. But when we came back, he hadn't got done sealing the garage because winter.
You work out in
And,
someone's garage, like
yeah,
a private
it's
person's garage.
Yep, it's a retired. He's a retired bodybuilder.
Oh,
He
okay.
has a massive garage and he has all the old school equipment
Oh.
that the commercial
Wow.
gyms, don't
Right.
carry. And then but in the meantime, we've been hitting up Crunch.
Oh,
I don't know, man. You know,
Crunch.
like commercial gyms are fun here and there, but there's just so much enviness. There's so much, jealousy, and you don't feel like we're all there for a purpose to better ourselves and lift each other up. Everyone's there to compete with one another.
Yeah, everybody's always staring at me.
Everyone,
Okay,
yeah.
that's just Janine.
You know who's staring at me is her and her friend. They take pictures of me and send them to each other when I'm on the elliptical and shit.
Oh, that's just messed up.
No,
I
but like
know.
when we're in the garage,
We
we're all
do.
there
It's
with
your
our-
outfit. It's like outfit of the day.
What?
That we take like pictures of like what's Eric wearing today at the gym.
That's so stupid. I can't even be myself at the gym.
Let him be, Kylie.
I know. So
No,
I
but like
can't
when
help
we're
it.
in the garage, we're all there with the same mindset, and it's a totally different workout.
Yeah, and it feels like a private gym. You should come check it out. We'll invite you
Yeah.
one of these
All
days.
right, I'll be a
Come
guest.
check it out. Yeah,
Yeah.
catch a workout.
I can't
there.
do the heavy weights like you guys
He
do. but-
can't.
No,
Yeah.
but his name is Goss. He also he's trained people older than you, and he's very he has an eye for recognizing everyone's body types and what works for you.
Right.
He won't recommend that for someone the same age as you, same body type as you.
Right.
Yeah.
He knows what's gonna work for you and what's not gonna work for you. These personal trainers these days are gonna do the same workouts for everyone, same meal plans for everyone.
Right.
Right.
You know, but he takes about close to a month to even come up with a meal plan for someone, because that's how that's how
Right.
much he takes it serious.
Yeah,
Right.
he's actually a really, really good trainer. He trains men and women. So if you ever feel like hey, I want somebody, to help me one-on-one, give me that one-on-one attention, that coaching in my diet and training, that would be the best guy in Reno.
All
He
right.
used to
Hands
train a lot of VPs of record labels in New York,
Right. Cool.
and then he trained a lot of like celebrities, and he trained a
Wow.
lot of a like record dealer. What is it called?
Drug
Producers?
CEO
dealers.
of record deal.
Oh, okay.
I think about drug dealers.
No.
Well, right on, babe. Do we do a cheers? Oh yeah, we cheers these
We're
guys.
cheersing these guys.
These guys. We cheers Giano. Thanks you guys for coming on.
Yes,
Cheers
thank you
to you
guys.
guys for having us on.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That was fun. All it was, I had to slave over the dinner,
Yeah.
and of course you loved it.
Oh boy.
Kylie cooked it in the oven.
I
She
did put
did-
it in the oven.
She did do something, but
We did do something too. We put it away.
right,
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, thanks.
perfect. Yeah, they put it away in their stomach.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
That
what
works
we
too.
meant.
Oh, I'm all,
Sorry.
did you
Like,
put it in the
thanks.
fridge?
Did you do the
Thanks.
dishes too? Thanks.
That's Eric's job.
Well, he cooked it, so he won't do the dishes.
Subscribe or follow us on wherever you listen to your podcast, or just go to our website at www.lifewitheric.com.
And don't forget to follow us on social media for updates and a closer look into My Life with Eric. To all of our listeners out there, remember, it's always happy hour here.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys. Love you, baby.
Oh, love you.